Waka waka waka, what's up, and welcome back to the channel for yet another review. Kind of a blast of the past in this one. We are going to be looking at, as you can see, Maketoys MTRM 09R Downbeat, the premium version, of course. And, you kind of already see where I'm going with this. Obviously, this is on the eve of the release of Fans Toys Jive, which is going to be their stab at this character coming out in a few days. I actually just got my shipping notification from my friends at the Chosen Prime, who will be shipping that to me. Oddly enough, I picked up this figure from the Chosen Prime, oh god, probably about 2 years ago now. In fact, this was my first purchase from the Chosen Prime, so anniversary, woohoo! So we're gonna take a look at him, kind of go down memory road here and just kind of see how cool this figure is. Obviously, I've seen Jive. I'm really excited for this figure. But again, this Downbeat is not a bad figure at all. In fact, I've seen a lot of comments saying that a lot of people are going to be skipping over Jive to keep this figure, and rightfully so. This is an awesome figure, not a downgrade by any stretch, in my opinion. So I kind of want to have this review. In fact, my first going back and looking at an older figure of mine review on the eve of Jive, and we'll take a look at Jive as soon as I get him in. So let's start off and take a look at the packaging. And this is the premium version. I don't have the original version of Jive. You can check out other reviewers for views on him. I will be kind of going over some of the differences I've seen specifically with the coloring. We'll get down to that in just a little bit. So let's take a look at the box real quick. So again, got Downbeat. Everything is the product shot. No animation on this box. Again, Downbeat on the side. It's all done with the figure. And I absolutely love when a company just has, that much confidence in their product to just use the figure straight up as the box art. So that's all you see. You can see Downbeat in both car mode and robot mode there. And that brings us to the figure. Let's take a look at this lovely vehicle mode. Again, Jazz's alternate mode, I believe, is a Porsche 935 Turbo, decked out in Martini racing livery. And me being a car guy myself, I absolutely love automobiles. Just find it absolutely cool. One of the more stellar alternate modes. And the cool part about Downbeat that I haven't seen with the Fans Toys yet, I don't want to make too many assumptions. I just haven't seen any product shots. Maketoys really focused on trying to do the car portion very well, trying to get the actual 935 done. As we've seen with a few other companies, I know Transform and Rollout really does a good job with this, but Maketoys really tried, especially with the premium livery. You can see that. Look up the Martini racing Porsche, you'd see the stripe, versus that more G1 look. They got it down to the actual racing livery of the car. Got the number 4 on the side, Meister on the side, oddly enough, and the Martini racing logo. And we'll get to these in a minute, the little wing stickers on the back here. Again, looking really cool. You can see kind of a little bit of what happens in robot mode peeking out. We'll show how this works later. Just peek out on the bottom. And of course, the back end got Mr. Dino Cat off in the corner over there making mischief. Back end has a little bit of kibble for the legs. Doesn't really bug me too much. We'll get to these in just a minute. Nice orange for the tail lights. Again, and beautiful gold. I love these gold spoke wheels with the silver on the outer edge and the insides there. Oh god, that looks good. Beautiful rubber tires as well. And the cool part is this thing rolls just like a champ. So absolutely beautiful. I love it when the robot mode can clean up well enough and do that. Bottom hides itself pretty well. I mean, you can clearly see, you got the legs, his waist section, but it really does a great job of hiding itself. And of course, this I do know changed. They did add the a nice transparent blue for the front headlights there, right in front of that nice painted grille. And of course, got the vents up on the front here. Again, very cool detailing. One of my favorite alternate modes for a bot. I was so psyched to get this figure. And, I picked them up during, I believe they had a reissue a couple years ago, a couple Decembers ago. I'm trying to remember. And that's when I picked this up. Again, one of my first figures. And I had Jazz as a G2. So, again, one of my favorite alternate modes. Let's get to some real quick adders here. So you'll notice, again, I've had this figure for a while. You'll notice the Martini Racing. That actually does not come on this figure, and unfortunately you can see the sticker kind of peeling. And the front end, the windshield sticker, this actually is Martini Racing. You can see it covering up something else. Got Agent Meister on the back. Agent Meister, of course, being Jazz's name in the Japanese, or Jazz's Japanese name, I believe. But correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. One of the cool features of this figure, I'm not sure, again, not sure if it's on the original version, but the premium version comes with this sheet of stickers. And again, one of the big reasons people tend to pick Transform and Rollout and a lot of other figures is simply due to how well the vehicle alternate mode is. And one of the things that attracted me to this figure was his closeness to the actual Martini Racing 935 race car. So again, if you really want to, you can really get Downbeat here looking just like the 935 race car. If G1 accuracy is not your thing, you could deck him out all in racing livery. You can see he's kind of got the Shell logos and the Dunlop for the forward fascia here. Sorry, Dino Cat getting all in the grill there, excuse me. So again, just one of the many ways you could deck out this figure for those that do not like that slavish D1 aesthetic. Another quick feature for vehicle mode is Jazz has his speakers here, which have been in a few episodes, I do believe, and we were just talking about these pegs in the rear. These can peg in right in the back there, like so. I'll show the other one. You got this little... Got the little white peg, and these are just decked out in nice purple. Got silver for that little needle up front, and they just peg right in there. I put them up, but you can kind of rotate them however you want. And Downbeat can blast some big, fat beats in vehicle mode. How about that? So again, nice little cartoon gimmick right there. Pretty cool. So that's it for that beautiful vehicle mode, but let's get down to the main event. Let's get this guy transformed up and into robot mode. Real quick, just want to give a shout out. This figure is actually really fun to transform as far as masterpieces go. I know it's typically hit or miss with masterpieces, especially this day and age where they're trying to hit that mix of cartoon accuracy, but really make sure that we have a superb vehicle mode. But as far as masterpieces go, this figure really does hit home, and it's a very fun and enjoyable transformation. Again, I'm very interested to get my paws and see how Jive stacks up, because Maketoys really hit a home run as far as the transformation goes here. So let's get them transformed. So what you want to do is let's start off real quick. Let us take the front fascia and just kind of break it all up here. There we go. So you see it kind of breaks away from the centerpiece. And next up, what we want to do is we want to unlock the front. And I usually just bring the legs down, and I'm splitting them in half like so. We'll get to the legs, and we'll get to the legs a little later, but we're just trying to give ourselves some room. And now what we want to do is let's lift up, pay attention, the the front of the windshield area kind of locks in right here. And we just lift that all the way up, give ourselves some room. There's his head. And then let's lift the doors up. Just like so. And what we'll do is we can move these front wheels out. And in fact, hold on, let me get these. There we go. Get those all out of the way. And real quick, to just get ahead of the game here, you can flip this in and flip this in just like that. So that'll be how it mounts to his back. Next up, what we want to do is now we can kind of move his chest up. You'll see it's sitting on this Armortron on a double hinge. You can bring up his chest just like that. See his arms in there. And we can roll out his arm. Got to get in there, get his arms. And just bring his arms around to the other side of the wheel well. So there's that. And then what we want to do, we can just close up the little wrist piece here. And you're going to see on right here, you have this hinge, and you just have to shimmy this down. Just got to nice and easy. This is the only part of the transformation that really kind of irks me. Again, I'm not sure. This is a plastic piece right here on that metal hinge. So I'm just, always never sure of that. But so far, it's survived quite a few transformations. I seem to transform this one a little bit more of the other ones, a little bit more than the other ones that I have. Other arm, just the same way. Let's close up the wrist piece. And let me move the camera here so we can, and shimmy that all the way down. And ideally, real quick, what we want to do real quick is let's move this plate down and get these. You'll notice this tab just goes right into there. It's not really any. There we go. Yep, snap it right in, and that should be looking like that. And then what we want to do is you can close this up, bring the head down, and you'll see it kind of just has this double hinge piece here. Just shove it right down, 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 and there we go. And then you'll notice you have these two little pegs right here and these two slots on this bottom plate. Bring that down. And it locks into place just fine. Well, and then what we can do for the doors, rotate them around. Oh. Okay, get that nice and in. Rotate this door around. And then you just close up the back end. And there is Jazz Upper Half. In fact, you can kind of reenact the one sequence from the episode where Jazz is half transformed when they're looking. I believe it was Desertion of the Dinobots. Jazz was half transformed. His rear end was still in vehicle mode. So Anyway, let's get him fully transported. He's got all the cybertonium he needs. Split the legs. You can see it just has two here. I'm gonna bring these out just a bit more. I always like to give myself room to work with the leg operation, just because it needs it. You'll see these two pegs. It's black plastic. That's how it just pegs in there. And it's got a peg here, then here, and that's how all that goes together. And next up, what you're gonna do, you're gonna unpeg the back end. And that is just going to come out. Oh. It's hard to see, but it's riding on this hinge here. So you just want to bring this back all the way. You can see, let me show you. Bring that back all the way because you're going to need all this room to work with. Make sure this flap is open, just open straight up. And then what you want to do is push inward. And you can see that the rear windshield will lock into place and his leg comes down. You have these. Make sure that it goes on a little slider. You want to make sure it's slid down all the way so that this tab lines up right here with this slot. Close that up and you'll see that closes up the leg just fine. Next up, what we want to do for the rear, sorry about that, focus camera, move the rear bumper in and then move the wing down just like so. And make sure that you push this piece out. It's kind of like a faux fender piece there. Bring this bumper piece, this rear diffuser piece, I should say, out. And then we want to open up the leg, just like that. And you'll see the foot. And this is something we just kind of rock. Let me see, can I get it? Can I get it? Yep, oh, I can. There we go. And you just kind of want to rock that down. You can see the heel spur right there, hit it up. Then we can close up the leg, like so. Make sure this is up as far as it'll go. And that kind of completes the back leg right there. That's one leg complete. Doing a little high kick there. All right, and next up, same operation on the other side. If I can get it to unplug. There we go. So bring this panel out. Again, separate this, move this down, give yourself as much room as possible. You're gonna need all of it. Make sure that hinge is all the way back. Let's get that arm out of the way. And then what you want to do is move this in and down. You can kind of let me get that in and down. There you go. Hopefully it's a little easier for you to see. Slide this down so that that pin, so this slot lines up with this peg, and close up the leg. Bring his little faux fender piece out. A bit finicky, not too bad. And then what you want to do, rotate the spoiler down. Rotate the back end, tab it in there. That finishes up the back end. This little diffuser piece, bring this down. And let's open up this flap for the foot. There it goes. Oh, yeah, okay. We are cooking. And then just pull the foot down. You can see the heel spur. The heel spur was tucked up under here. And close up the leg. Let's get him situated. And then we could put the legs back. Turn the hand like so. And let's put this down. And there you have it. That is Downbeat in roll. Cleared that right up there. Robot mode. And let's take a look at the robot. And that's a pretty superb looking Jazz. That definitely looks like the character in my book. Now, disclaimer, again, I have owned this figure quite a while. He does not come with that Autobot logo. As you can see on the packaging, he does come with a space for it, so they indicate that really well, excuse me. I picked these up from another collector slash detail maker. His name is Endong. I only know him off Facebook, so again, huge thanks to him. He's kind of my he's my detail guy as far as that goes. He has water slides. He has transfer decals. I buy his transfer decals because I am terrible with water slides. I have poor model ship building skills, so that's just how I roll. So let's take a look at this bot and see how cool he looks. Let's get in on his face there. Nice Jazz face. Got that nice, it's like a foil blue chrome visor right there. Nice chest details. Looks like these are both stickers on his waist, so no paint there. Real quick, not too much, kind of sparing on the paint. All the black is plastic. Looks like we got plastic on the leg as well as decaling. I don't think it hinders the figure, to be honest. Again, I will make a good bet the fans' toys will likely be fully painted, but I don't think it. Oops, hold on. We got a mistransformation piece here. Give me just a second. There we go. That looks a bit more like a complete-ish fender. I don't think that hinders the figure too much. Again, I do love paint. I think it adds that premium feel, but I honestly, I don't think it hurts this figure too much. There we go. All right, now was a little bit mistransformed there. Forgive me. Let's get a good look at the side profile. You can see a little bit of a gap in the back. Not too terrible. I mean, the windshield that's pretty accurate as I remember. There was always a little bit of a gap right in this area per the first episode of More Than Meets the Eye. You see him just before at Iacon, just before they're about to leave, and he does have a little bit of a gap. That is a bit too much, but it doesn't kill the figure for me. Nice clean back. That's a G1-y accurate back. Legs, pretty. I'm going to give them a pretty decent, in my opinion. A little bit of a mess, but for the most part, just it looks solid. And then you come around to the other side, got his big old Jazz legs. It's so he's one of these characters that's kind of hard to get the proportions right of, simply because from some angles Jazz kind of looks a little bit tubby, and from others he looks he looks a bit more slim. So it's really finding that balance, in my opinion. Yeah, it looks really good. Let us go over articulation. So starting with the head, I'll bring the camera up here. Starting with the head, can't really go back too far. I mean, he could, but that's using the transformation joint. So you can look up, looks down just a little bit, and He can spin all the way around. It's not on a ball joint. We'll get into that later. Arms. Oh, and yeah, this is one complaint I do have, and I believe it's been made by several viewers. This likes to the front end likes to unhinge itself from this red plate here. That'll happen, so you just gotta watch out when posing them. This is really all you can get going up. You can do a 360 on the arms. Oh, no, never, I forgot. You got this joint right in here, and that is how you get a wide range of motion. Look at that. So again, it's kind of, you just got to make sure you activate this joint right here. And there you go. And that's really cool. So forgive me about that. Has a double jointed elbow. You can kind of bring it up like that. He doesn't quite get, so you can get over 90 degrees. So again, a lot of this you have to hold some areas to activate others. He does have rotation at the shoulder, and the wrist does rotate. He does have most of the fingers on a hinge. Gets you out to there. And he has a little slot. Oh, can't see it. Little slot for the, let's see if we can't turn some light on the subject. There we go. Little slot for his weapon. Yeah, he's a bit darker of a character. Got a nice ab crunch. Look at that. Does break the sculpt. Not a deal breaker for me. Get him back. Got waist swivel. You do got to engage the ab crunch, otherwise this little black hinge here will crash into his side panels. So you do got to engage it, but nice range of movement there. Pretty cool. All these side panels do come up. It is locked in the back. Yeah, that is locked. The legs, now with the thighs, the legs are ratcheted. So you can bring it up. Nice heavy clicks. They really sound, it really feels hefty as well. Comes out, does a kick. Can do the full splits. Front kick, full range of motion forward. Can actually get a little bit taller than that. Can he? Nah, we're not going to give him that. And unfortunately, well, I guess if you engage the ab crunch, excuse me. No, you can't because it hits on here. So not quite full kickback, but again, not a deal breaker. Knee gets you 90. In fact, a little bit better than 90. And that does look like it is double jointed, but you can't, it looks like it's double jointed, but you can't really use it simply because it just hits on the back end here. Nice ankle tilt. And doesn't look like too much of a toe tilt, but you can kind of use this. You have a joint in there that you can kind of maneuver this every which way. So no real toe tilt to speak of on this guy, it looks like. And of course the heel spur can come down. You can kind of tilt up like that. One other thing you can do is in some continuities, I believe, I don't know the exact ones, you can give, let's open his back here, you can bring these doors up and give Jazz his door wings. Oh, it's got side pipes, it's got door wings. And so yeah, you can give him his door wing look. I personally prefer him without, but yours to display as you like. I know a lot of people do like the door wing look. I do like the door wings, it just depends on the figure. So Jazz is not one of them. And just bring those back down. You could hide those away just fine. Yeah, let's get down to his gimmicks and accessories. So first off, he does come with quite a few alternate faces. I'll go over those real quick. He does come with, hold on. He does come with a little snickering face. This is my personal favorite, and I love that snickering, that sly, smooth face. That's always been my. This is probably the best representation of Jazz. This face right here, just that sly, smooth talking character, and then of course he has an angry, yelling face. I'm gonna leave this off for the moment. Let's put his favorite face on. So to do this, what you're gonna do, let me change the camera angle. What you're gonna do, bring the head up, and yeah, his helmet just comes straight off, and then you can just get your finger back behind there. You may want to engage this joint down here and just pull it off, and you'll see you got this slot. And you'll notice on the face, you have a slot. And you just put it on, peg it into the slot, and put the helmet back on. And there you go. That is the Jazz that is what I am talking about. That is that Scatman Carruthers sly, smooth talk, and I love that. That is absolutely beautiful. Of course, he does. Every good Autobot needs his gun, except for the pacifist ones, which Jazz is not really. He does like kicking Decepticon tail, as he has said in a few episodes, and that just pegs right into the hand. It pegs in nice and securely. So that is pretty cool, and he holds that just fine. Get a variety of poses with him. Additionally, he comes with his little cable, and that will peg into the hand just like the gun. This is from part 2 of More Than Meets the Eye, where Jazz saves Optimus Prime. It does ravel all the way out. No, I'm not going to ravel it all the way out. Don't even start with that. And that just goes in. This is actually the first time I've used this accessory. I'm not, usually I'm all about gimmicks, but... Oh. Aha, there it is. Oh, hold on. Oh, do I got it? Do we got it? Okay, wow. Man, this is the first time I've tried to use this. This is kind of a more pain in the butt that I thought it would be, but that's okay. So, there you go. That's as close as I'm going to get it. And deck him out to, yet again, drop some big, fat beats in robot mode. In fact, you could even make him even more of a hoon in robot mode. So, what we got to do is, yes, these speakers, they make their return. So, where these go, you'll notice you got these holes right in the back of the shoulders. And they'll fit right in there. And then, if you want, you can make him give even more noise. You'll notice these slots on his thigh covers. You have these two little tweeters or whatever they are, cast in black plastic. And those insert right in there. Right into the sides. Get this one on the other side. And yeah, he is ready to go, blasting even more big fat beats than he previously was. Yeah, how about that? That looks pretty cool. So again, no, they really didn't short you on any of these accessories here. You can sticker them up in vehicle mode. Oh, and finally for accessories, we got one more, his shoulder-mounted cannon. You can see that they're cast in nice black plastic, and how that mounts, you just have this little slot right on the side here, and you can just, the way that mounts is right to his back, right to the back of the hood assembly. And there you go. Now he's all armored up Look at that full tune effect look. Really digging that cannon. So, nice little add-on there. So again, not skimping on accessories for this figure. Absolutely pretty neat. So let's sum it up with Downbeat. Yeah, gonna go straight away and just say this thing still stands up. I mean, solid transformation. Pretty solid bot all around. I mean, he's got some gaps. He's got some lack of paint. We know the fans' choice is probably going to be fully painted, but in all honesty, this thing is still just as much fun as the day I got him. It's such a really cool bot. I've seen so many comments with people saying how they're going to keep this over the fans' toys, and I can't fault that one bit. In fact, even after I get Jive, regardless of what I think about Jive, no matter if he is better, regardless, this still has a place on my shelf and a prominent spot. I am not going to put this guy in vehicle mode. He is going to stay in robot mode. I mean, I like him that much, or vehicle mode, whatever. I alternate my bots every once in a while. So regardless, he will be a standalone away from Jive. So again, definitely, if you have Downbeat or if you still want a solid Jazz, I still can't recommend this guy enough. He's definitely a solid option and incredibly cool for the price if you can find him for the $100 that he was originally around $100. I don't think he's in stock anymore on the Chosen Prime. And I've seen him on eBay. He goes for about $120 to $200 depending on the state. So again, if you can get him for a decent price, by all means pick him up. He is worth it. You're probably not going to be disappointed. So with that being said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you like the content I am putting out. Hit the bell icon to hear me talk more, which a lot of people don't want to do. And of course, hit me up in the comments if there's things I can do better. I am a budding YouTuber. Teach me help you. Give a comment or just say hi. I'll try and respond to everything. And with that said, I will see you all next time. I have been FC Finch, and I am out.